What do you do with the bones from your dry fish, the stockfish, as well as some small mini fishes, or even your fish head that you're not sure how to use them? Welcome to Brina Creations. My name is Oge and I'm reaching from Abuja, Nigeria. In today's video, I would like to show you what I do with my fish head and then fish bones. So I'll be making a great fish meal which you can use for yourself, which is highly proteinous. It's also rich in calcium. I have two sets of items here. The one in this rectangular tray are made up of fish bones, which is basically mangala fish. You can use that of asa fish, which the bones edible. I don't bother to remove the bones in asa fish because it's chewable, it's really soft. I also have here bonga fish head as well as the bones. I deboned all the bonga fish and I have the bones here, and then mangala fish. You know, mangala fish is very strong. The bones are very hard. You can also use catfish head, catfish bones, or any other fish of choice, right? But make sure they are fully dry. When I was done, I put them in the oven to dry just a little extra so that they could, be more crispy. And then I have all these other fishes that are whole. I also dry them to make sure that they are dry and crispy. That is what I'm doing. I don't trust the blender I have currently, so I'm going to be blending this with a commercial blender. I'm just packing everything into the bowl so that I'm going to use a commercial blender to blend. In the meantime, I'm going to be using this plastic bag. It's Santana nylon or Semo nylon. I use it a lot to make my life easier. So all these other fishes that I'm not going to be blending, I took some from them because I didn't want it to look like I was just eating fish bones and heads. Okay, so I just put some of these dry fishes, which are really, really sweet. I don't know what they are called. If you know what they are called, you can help me, guys. So I'm adding the fishes just so that it doesn't look like it's only bone I'm eating. And the rest of them, I'm going to portion them in these individual nylon bags, and then I'm going to freeze. If you have been watching me on this channel, you know I make videos on healthy living, great recipes, gardening, and how to manage your home on a budget, right? And freezer, if your freezer is your friend, if you're doing batch cooking, and if you're a woman who manages her home efficiently, at the end of the day, your freezer is your friend. So I'm going to be freezing all of these fishes after they have been packed, and then I'll be good to go. And whenever I need the fishes, I just go into my freezer. I have portioned them to the quantity that we need per use, depending on the quantity of meal we're making at the time. Sometimes we can use 1 or 2, and then of course, depending on the meal, we can add some meat or egg or whatever to supplement it or not. So that's how we roll, guys. In subsequent videos, I'll be showing you how I also prep my smoked panla, which is something I do all the time. Smoked panla is a very affordable fish that is very rich in flavor also. So I'll be making that video subsequently. And even when I get to do this video, it took me a lot of time to be able to debone all these fishes. But trust me when I say that it was worth it in the end, because it saves a whole lot of stress when I'm batch cooking or when I'm cooking in the morning, making breakfast and lunch for school and work. It makes my life easier. So it's worth it taking out that time to be able to sort them out and then go about your regular business. So what I'm doing here is I'm just cleaning up all my bowl. I'm going to be using this to store it. The bowl I'm going to be sieving into, and then my sieve, just so that I can get any other leftover bone that, like the scales, because I noticed that the fish was well ground, all the bones were crushed, but I noticed like some scales that couldn't pass through the blender, or no, maybe because of the texture it couldn't grind properly. So yeah, I'm going to be straining it just to make sure that while I'm eating, or while we're eating, we don't get to eat scales, you know. And then here is what I have, guys, from all that I have cleaned, and then what I have packaged to be blended using a commercial blender. If you've watched up to now, I want to say thank you so much for being there for me. Thank you for your support. I love you guys, and I truly appreciate you guys. I don't take you guys for granted for always coming back to watch my videos. I want to say thank you so much, and God bless you. So the fish bones and heads and whole fish has been ground, and our fish meal is almost ready. So eventually I may be using this as is for my soups, mostly for soups, for banga soup, you know, anything local, Nigerian local. You can also use it in jollof rice or beans. Yes, it is multi-purpose. And eventually I'm going to be mixing this with crayfish or not. It depends on how I feel. I may put it in a separate can for use, and I choose how to go about using them, or I can mix some of them in my crayfish when I grind my crayfish also. I had to change this sieve because the other one was too fine, and I needed something more that had more holes to be able to get the result that I wanted. So this is me straining all of this, and I'm going to be doing the same with all of them. So this is what I have from the fish that I have, what I have sieved out. And the next thing I'm going to do is basically to just pack it up in my container, and then I'm going to be freezing. You can also leave it out in your fridge, but I prefer to just leave things in my freezer because, you know, we buy in bulk, and in Nigeria your power supply is not steady. So if you don't trust the fridge enough to leave certain things there, even though I put them in the oven and they dried a little more, I just feel I can trust my oven better. And because we're doing budgeting labeling here, and that's why I'm using my regular paper tape and permanent marker to label it. I hope you like this video, guys. If you do, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up, that's giving me a thumbs up, share, drop your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos, guys. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.